Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on, Tuesday the 14th of May. How the months fly past, halfway through the month already. Now, okay, I may have a few problems this morning. You probably won't notice it too much, because if the screen crashes, I'll just literally reboot it and pause it. So, here goes then, euro dollar, and well, once again the euro putting this spiky, it can't hold on to its gains. Each morning it's not holding on to its gains. Now things may change a little bit if it pushes up today. I noticed that there's not going to be well, they may carry on talking, but it's expected to be sort of late June before Trump meets his counterpart for China, and so it looks like it could be some time before there's a deal made, in which time, well, it could see a bit of softening up continuing, because this is not good fundamentally for either country in the real terms. But we'll see. For now, though, what we've got here then, as I say, spiky price action. I think the euro may benefit slightly out of this. Not that there's anything to shout about in the fundamentals of the euro. Now looking at the what we've ran into yesterday, managed to do double tops almost to the previous high, which I suggest may happen. We could see another run up towards this. I'm just sort of looking at its price action. It came short of the weekly pivot slightly, but it will be interesting to see how it pans out this morning. But we could see another push on that basis. We saw the break of the trend yesterday, pulled back a little bit, but then fired off. Today you could see similar. There's not massive points in this market either at the moment, so it wouldn't take much to maybe another 20 points, and it may look like a big move, but realistically we're seeing sort of very tight sort of range bound trading still on the euro dollar. It did finally move sort of yesterday afternoon, but it took a while. But we'll see. At the moment it looks a bit more bullish. Well, it has bullish potential. To the opposite side of that, of course, looking at what happens if we start seeing it break down. We have, I don't know, it's a live candle at the moment, but we've probably got that as a line in the sand at the moment. It's, well, say 8 o'clock now. It's an 8 o'clock candle. Still got 50 minutes to go on it, but it's somewhere in that region here. I mean, it may have broken the original sort of the 7 o'clock candle there, but we'll see. I never trust the first bit of price action, and this may be one not to trust either. But if it does break down later on and breaks this low, well, could be looking down towards the S1 there. But for now, it looks more likely to push up towards yesterday's highs. The pound is a weak currency here at the moment. Apparently there's a failure to do any deal between it's been mentioned now, between cross-party talks are said to have broken up without any significant progress, so May's left to put the same thing back to the voting, probably. We'll see. But for now, it's looking very, very soft here for the pound, and we could see a continuation to the downside. It did eventually do it yesterday after a little blip. It managed to blip up in the morning session, but soon rolled over on the 12 o'clock bar there, and there we go. Pushed up, got back towards those prior highs there, then rolled over properly towards actually went from R1 to S1 yesterday, but the pivots were so pinched. Pivots a bit tighter today. There is the opportunity for it to get back to daily pivot. We'll see how it pans out this morning, but personally I think we've got further downside to come on the pound at the moment. It's one of the weaker currencies, as I mentioned in on my big picture view. Now that did look at the cross pairs a lot more, or gave you ideas for cross pairs on that particular video which I did yesterday, so if you want to watch that. Dollar yen, well, seeing a bit of a bounce here off its S3 area on the dailies, on the monthly pivots there. Daily chart showing that. Can it break through here? Fundamentally the yen is weak, but technically it's been strong. It's been the strongest, and it may continue in that process. We'll see. It's been one of the strongest in terms of gains against the US dollar as money's run to safety. It's looks a bit like risk is back on a bit at the moment though, and it's pushing back back up there. So that too, we'll see. That could do the inverted move. Aussie dollar. Let's just look at the dailies first. As I said yesterday, and I've been saying for a while, it's a weak pair at the moment, and it's no exception yesterday. Pivot swing there, continuation pivot swing. It could just be selling off. I wouldn't be surprised if we didn't get some bounces, particularly if risk starts coming back on. It's got the daily pivot above, may just pitch up into that. But my preference is to look for the bigger time frame moving averages and sell when the price comes into it. On the Aussie, Canadian dollar. The Canadian dollar is one of the flatter pairs. From a daily perspective, you see this. It's barely done anything. It's in a tight range. From a swing trader's point of view, or any trader's point of view at the moment, it's not offering anything. Day trading, you could possibly look to range trade it. It's when you come to the 60 minutes, perhaps doesn't look too bad at times, but it is sitting in chop for long periods, and you just need a bit of news or something to generate it. But you can't determine what the news is that's going to generate that movement. Okay, that's the Canadian dollar, and finally, this is the risk of crashing here for some reason. It's been crashing. Oh, it's okay. It's let me see it now. Let's go through daily wise then. The S&Ps. As I said on the big picture, again, it's worth watching for this. There are some signs of some weakness coming through here, maybe from what the big boys are doing. Obviously, we've got the trade wars going on, and that's not going to be helping the S&Ps too much. So it may be that there's opportunities to sell into some of the major moving averages. Maybe the the 4 hourly 8 in this particular case may give opportunities. But yesterday, it just couldn't get any traction to the upside there. Tried it later on in the session, or later early mid session even there, mid session for towards the late session. Tried it, but just couldn't get any gains there. A bit of divergence at the end, but well, they beared a bit of fruit maybe, and it's looking like it could be on for the daily pivot, but it is looking soft. That daily at 60-minute 50 may offer opportunities to sell, or the 34 even before it, but we'll have to wait and see a bit more as the day progresses. But that's it really for the technicals. Fundamentally, I've just managed to destroy all of my let's have a look at what we got for today. There is some key news today, of course, for the UK. We got average earnings out this morning, and then we got German economic sentiment at 10. That might create some volatility because of the focus on the weaker German economy. That may, as I say, may give us a bit more volatility there. 8:15, we've got a speaker who's speaking at the moment, FOMC speaker, which again, volatility could pull in. We'll have a look, but I'm not so sure on that one. But we have got an FOMC speaker at 5:45, a bit late tonight. But okay, so main things there's the average earnings there, and the German ZEW economic sentiment at 10. Have a great day. Bye for now.